All right, so here with the third ICANN for RF1, which is graphing linear equations using intercepts. So in our last video, we saw that we could graph equations using the y equals mx plus b, which is a standard form for linear equations. And here you will quickly notice that these equations are not found in this form. So you could always rearrange this equation and to isolate your y variable. However, there is another method which is a little bit easier. Basically, is to locate your intercepts and then plot uh, your straight line from based on those intercepts. So let's do that. It goes a little something like this. You have to find the value of y if you're looking for your y-intercept when x equals 0. So let's do that. If x is 0, that would lead to 5 times what equals 10? 2. So if x is 0, y would be 2. So that's the data point. That's 0, 2. So on my y-axis, it would intercept at 2 if x is 0. Now let's do the same for the x-intercept. So what is the value of x when y equals 0? So if y is 0, that would lead to 2 times what number gives me 10? That would give me 5 here. So that means that my data point is 5, 0. This is my x-intercept. So right here. So what you will notice that these 2 points create a function, and by definition, this only straight line that can pass 2 points, you only have one line. So your answer would be this function here. This function represents the same function that you have above. If I were to ask you what is the slope and the y-intercept, we already found it is 2. And then the slope, you could look at your rise over run, or your vertical displacement, and over your horizontal displacement would be -2 over 5. But you would have found the same information if you would isolate y. Now for the second example, it's a little different. Um, you proceed the same manner. If y, what is the value of y if x is 0? Well, in this case, x will never be 0. So there is no y-intercept. There's only an x-intercept at 5, and x is always 5. So this is actually representative of a vertical function. So basically a straight line all the way up and down. So we can draw that quite easily right here. So this line here represents x equals 5 at every point. If I were to ask you what is the y-intercept, there is none. And the slope, well, the slope is the vertical displacement over the horizontal displacement. So it actually leads to a fraction over 0. So if you take a number and divide it by 0, it actually leads to infinity or an unreal number. So there you go. That's how you draw functions using the intercept method.